I'm Giulia. I'm 14 years old. I visit the second Oberstufe in Seka, and yeah, I like the best that I could help the children with programming because programming is a really big subject in our life right now and probably still will be in the future. So I really like to explain them or teach them new things, and yeah. We had kids who used to program with Python. That really like helped me more understand Python because I wasn't used to using that programming language. And then like the science experiments were also something new because we haven't really had the subject science yet at school, or so that really helped me a lot. And that was probably one of the most important thing that helped me in my school life and just usually around my life right now. Well, it helped me communicate better with people and also like help them experience new things or help that or explain new things. It also helped a lot that I could communicate with the parents or the children, so I could also be more a bit more social usually around others and help during like school projects or class projects or group projects. We used Scratch at school last year during our subject MUNDI, also Media und Informatik. But I also learned a lot of new things during the STEM camps at Little Scientist, and yeah, that helped me a lot, and that's what made me um, like programming so much right now. Yeah, I used to program with Scratch last year in our subject MUNDI, Media und Informatik. But during the camps, I also learned how to like go deeper into Scratch, do harder games, learn harder codes. But we also did in the camps like STEM projects or science projects, and we're not allowed to do so much science projects at school right now. Maybe next year, but that also was like something that helped me out a lot. I think it can be very useful because like IT and STEM is a really really important thing right now in our lives and also for the future. No matter what job you choose for the future or what I will choose for the future. So I think it's just like a really big help right now to learn STEM at such a young age, and I think it will just help me even more in the future. I would just say like start low, start easy, Google stuff like how to program or Google what STEM exactly is because it will really help you out. And if you know like just the basics, it can really, really be helpful for you in your future. And just right now as well, because STEM is just like I said, really, really important. I would like them to program a lot because coding is a really big a really big thing right now. And not many, even if like in the future maybe AI will come into use, it will never be the same as if a human or just generally a person shows off their creativity in like websites or apps. Well, I think you should really sign up your kids for STEM camps or just general like IT camps or workshops because it can be really important for your children to learn this kind of stuff and help them be more creative, yeah, and can just express themselves differently on websites and apps which they can create on their own and not like by instructions. Yeah, I right now I'm trying to become or I'm trying to become do a Lehre als Informatiker in der Richtung Applikationsentwicklung, which is more like programming, like deeper, like JavaScript or and CSS, and that I only got to that because of like the assisted workshops and how much it showed me how important it really is for us to like code in our lives and how much you can actually do with it and what you can be when you grow up. The assistant helped me also to go to different schnuppers which is like you go and see people at different companies, what they do for right now, or the leerlingen, what they do in these 4 years that they go. I was at Sunrise for a week. Then I also did one at Google where they did two different workshops, one about informatics, so programming, and then also one about like marketing, how they do it and what they do exactly. And then I also did one at ATCV Uster, which just showed us as well more about programming and yeah, how what they use exactly and what their company does. Being an assistant here helped me and gave me different opportunities to see the intel during the Schnuppen, what exactly the people do in these companies and how much they can achieve. Yeah, I think you should really just try it out, even if it's maybe not for you. I just think it's important to try new things out and like experience different stuff. Even if it's hard for you, yeah, of course, at the start it may be hard trying to do or trying to learn something new, but it may be also easier if you look at like small instructions or tutorials, like the basic steps, because generally it's coding is just always the same basic step, just with a little more intel in it. Even if it's not easy for you right now, it will be easier for you in your future or later in life if you start now and take like different coding camps, look in different tutorials or instructions that can really help you out. I developed my own website, like an Instagram clone, and then I also created different games with Python. And then I also used a bit of HTML just to figure out the basics. And I also used a bit of C++, but I haven't gone really into that yet. So it's new for me and I'm trying to like go deeper into that as well. What I would like to create next is like a website with JavaScript where it's like a map and then you have different pinpoints of locations of restaurants. And I want to be able to, if you press on the different restaurants, that you can see when the restaurants open and when they close. And then I also want to see how long it takes for you to get there, but from your current location by foot, by car, or by train or tram.